Yes? Have you come with questions? Very well. If you travel with us, Blinded One, then you shall work for your passage on this vessel. Your lightsaber, give it to me.
I shall die before it passes from my hands.
Your lightsaber, give it to me.
The crystal I took from the condensed mist, Sanka.
It is adequate. You are young. Your energy for such things surpasses mine, and your skill is enough that you may teach her the basics of the weapon. There is much she has forgotten.
There's only so much I can teach her.
That fact did not escape me. Now, try to kill her with the single blade. Use no other force technique, no items, merely the blade. Because you may not always have your right hand. Now do it. This is no Ichani etiquette ritual. Do not ask her. Attack her. Defeated her. Now do it with 2 weapons, 1 in each hand. Again, no items, no force powers. Let us see what you can do when your hands and mind are divided. No force techniques other than weapon skill. Let it flow through you. Let the force fill the cracks in your spirit. Now, divest yourself of your weapons. You, Blinded One, you will keep yours. Let us see what you can do when you have no weapons left to you. Now, attack her. It is enough. There is nothing more for me to teach you. You know as much of battle as I. Yes? Very well. Very well. Sit with me. You have brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the room of 1,000 fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors with more thoughts and dreams and worries than can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
How could the Jedi leave the Republic? Was it because of the Civil War? Is it possible that they...
Switch the face of the +1 -1 card. The totals are 9-10. Switch the face of the +2 -2 card. The total is 8-11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar,
Switch the face of the +1
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear,
The totals are 9-10.
for in fear
Switch the face of the +2
Your command
death.
echoes
card.
still,
The
General,
total is 8
and I obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
Not now. Focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me. You have taken the first steps on a much longer road, Exile. The droids cannot be read in such a way. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold like a dead weight. His thoughts are black. Indeed. It is strange that I did not. Perhaps. I would not put much weight on such things. Of course there was. It is because Atten was not playing Pazak, yet he counts cards in his head. At times he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atten is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool.
Something up?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace routes, or counting ticks in the power couplings.
Of course it's fixed. And that's why you should count the ticking in the power coupling, too.
Why do I play Pazak? Alright, I'll show you. We're not playing for credits. We're playing for something else. Are you gonna play or not? Nope, our clothes are gonna stay on. Do you want a deal or should I? Good match. Now, what are you thinking about right now?
Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head.
Because if you don't, you've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in. No, I play Pazak in my head. But while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in.
No. I can only teach you to play Pazak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's not something I can teach you. You've come to the wrong guy. Good. Now you understand. Alright, I'll deal then. If you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought.
Because you'll be right here with me, playing Pazak, where they can't reach you. Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nar Shaddaa, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer.
Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot. It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nar Shaddaa's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
It might take longer than that for some of us.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Bayodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy. Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers. So others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While she walks upon the Smuggler's Moon, she is not to be harmed. Observe her, track her, but do not eclipse her movements, or I shall eclipse yours. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Dawachosimu poindorakawa ichirendumo paramakawana abawasi. You kroren man mapusiti indolara.
Honta no saka, jita bedwana maticha, kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupa naret atamakcha.
Taranamo sibu indasarans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Bomababe wanto susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
Kavadumpe masura kul popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa javasco bosabjo rigiso carvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo kichuno cada mirenito renfiloso ni heko chupanaret atamakcha Dahupo botenya go jucho picha gwem taba ni sochu norotoga proto lalashishi jubadosa jibacha ratakmansan tokosha na chitolo.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Doveri nincha yonona shitasa chuch. Doveri nincha yonona shitasa chuch. Goli rosodish. Ranta kras mobas.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours. Sure, most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think. Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system. Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Alright then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile. Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the Exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the Exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
Forgive me, but these bounty hunters pose a threat to her. Their persistence is unusual, and if they're not stopped, one of them may prove lucky.
I agree. They're nothing more than a distraction. But even a distraction may prove fatal at a critical moment. We must protect her.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad! It'll be fine where it is. Yeah, I guess you're right. And by right, I mean you're wrong. Telling me it'll be fine where it is. What, you think I'm stupid? I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it? Yeah? Well, it's the first I've heard of it. Tell you what, let me check it out. If you're cleared, then you're clear. No trouble. Never mind. It's not worth the trouble. You call the shots. But this is gonna be trouble. I can feel it.
Something up?
It is nothing. Let us keep moving.
No! Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in. Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure. Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar Shaddaa as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing.
Spare a few credits, friend. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. That's two names for one thing. It's difficult to tell in the crossfire, and the Sith were led by Jedi. In the end, it didn't make much difference. A lot of space lanes cross at Nar Shaddaa, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp. Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Nar Shaddaa. This place is a cesspit, with the exchange and the Hutt stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected. No idea. Could be one of them crossed the exchange, and they're looking for revenge on all of them. Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters. You may need to do something to get their attention. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. Friend, you did promise some credits in exchange for information. Look, one other thing. It's obvious you're new around here. I can tell it just by looking at you. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place, and easy to get lost in. If you want, I can keep an ear out for you. Let you know if I hear anything. Life's been better, and every credit can go a long way. Just think it over.
I saw what you did to those exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need? Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands. And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another? The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist.
And what did she want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Geraktada cemense bingar rukutoto unde jujuamataso benkish manensitse. Fela dibono ta munikranaktada. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno totorere senisenten. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu da bikarana cenirara. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno totorere senisenten.
Sulston's hearing's pretty sharp, if you couldn't guess from the lobes.
Geraktada cemense bingar rukutoto unde jujuamataso benkish manensitse. Fela dibono ta munikranaktada. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu da bikarana cenirara. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno totorere senisenten.
Big Ears here might know someone who can change the Ebonhawk's ID signature. Could be useful for avoiding notice.
Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno totorere senisenten. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsada nane grail gra dalonuta choloren. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru kattada. Fiadra tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibu nubu da bikarana cenirara. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawrekare papanala ranshinga. Terace wemeno totorere senisenten. Wana jun senisenten drawice kanel commercio tela fibu nalot.
Gelsim baba nushan toch. De tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Me krana kwasolo mikits. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. De tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Me krana kwasolo mikits. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Fundis, Svindelagstee, Linders, de Vast, Benenkas. Fundis, Svindelagstee, Mekrana, Quasolomikits. Simbersa, Nemrakta, Josephenga, Malakta, Dalini. Fundis, Svindelagstee. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Fundis svindelagstee. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Belech de ponsa kuniki karakta nadra. Melelelendro siksof nengust. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Voor sinya bewandash. Met de nieuwste flank dus de poste kalarga naar een kok belang naar de sanen en de lune zorg. Beleg de boetsa, unieke karakter nadra. Melelement was zich zo vermoeid. Simbersa, nemrakta, shosafrenga malakta dalini. De tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Linders, de Vast, Benenkas. Fundis, Svindelagstee. Linders, de Vast, Benenkas. Fundis, Svindelagstee. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Linders, de Vast, Benenkas. Tjunje sebelangi trouwens is rit melestrindosh. Krenaske de runse barante de ponso kuniki. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Fundis svindelagstee. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini. Fundis svindelagstee. Fundis svindelagstee. Mekrana kwasolomikiks. Simbersa nemrakta shusafrenga malakta dalini.
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them like a shiver running through you. It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare. I'm surprised you can feel it. I feared the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force, their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination. For as long as it lasts, like life, such waking moments within the Force are rare, waiting for the right moment when the critical point is struck and the sound rises. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last. Feel life as it is, with the crude matter stripped away.
Dawa Josimu Poinda Rakawa Ichi Rendu Momo. Dawa Josimu Poinda Rakawa. Dawa Josimu.
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Relieva con tosa. Mancho corlema con giorre bimasa. E frequentasse piede sembra un giorre crenyon. Nora hagwa buska yokolo alla baka.
Hara hinemas temanana hisnasta hiha.
Charno kutos nerema keras. Koronara kakera desmeni kirana. Posato, ești baba nu s-a iutat.
Everyone down! Everyone down!
Sarda chornilo tabe duana mataka nus dogulupan. Daka prota gocha jarkomati sochpan locha. Yota chisa barinish. Uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha. Krota short na chino mak. Uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha. Krota short na chino mak. Crimso anatis chinorta hirembechok. Wendin dobei. Jabalakish. Tochimaka. Lotologo besanus. Misash lochut. Uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha. Krota short na chino mak.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient. Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? Are you crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. The bounty hunters don't have any one place where they stick around. Best thing I can tell you is if you want to find one, get a bounty on your head and then wait. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
Well, I guess the Jedi Code is still alive and well. If you say so, I'm not sure I believe it. There's a lot of people who need help in the galaxy. If we stop to help each one, the Sith are going to be on us faster than anything. Let's just accomplish our mission first, then worry about everyone else.
Grazie, ubaci compadwana muska na boska wamba. Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa, bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Bornacinin sopa maranka wongo kumbiaste, tonga buga shame zanini chonkai chitera ritsa sabata.
Tiumpe, dove punta crita, gino muleranni bono. Ichiret kurangata inkuntanga waikere rotawa, yato kaulwan. Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa, bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwan jiuma. Tonino ba pinko na yaka, chuba picha tuna yuma mochinawa. Tawinti ni ja biasta malawari, iglati ta chapoi. Tonghite mosi jochia yumba litawa e bawa tone ruta. Moloda nawinki sa toma no kamarundisi makaranti. Taracho mosincho kavavolpa muliji kumanaminta barawamba michedos.
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Kurmaka trakta vashambash. Joroga komoshi. Juto monshi dakajim. Jona yurturanga chi ita. Vamos limo podalma wanga kun. Bis mula rabest. Bane suka kran. Joka mata storch ban locha.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa mak chiksa, kucha bak tong kinka mata kata, chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Moga chi nota harempe wana chi, drumpaba nakares magre, kavadumpa ku papa yi mokata, yuzuta monorcha das, noma inso di zinka. Tahupo botenyo go jucho picha, gwem taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, juba dosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Takam tuchis miku mogo graba, kechichul ida hodonga, mi paden, tuning tachu kun nebes, kavadumba ku. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo.
Sunaranga machotana, dota lutu, padu krem so chiche no, shi wendido, drom tite yoba, morata gomana, kova chokchi, moskali, miki mokba moka.
Donina chiwa, kota wind, vorka no chawatama. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Drabinuka soba mamarma, dancha nek mamamba kanta mepalen, misuko chanira mosa fan rosota jus lamakiko davmamren, yutifo diremeko ninaras. Kawanabota tagwa kanka dira, yutaka alwanji yumaliba, tues mahawika si wawanta mo gu ika wansoba, wakama nurawa. Jowana masaranka ma ramazurata, keso jus grita lorsa, yumacha fo eko miko jira. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morosa kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karve nokso, Muchito sasagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso muchito sasagrindeyo.
Moloda nawinki sa toma no kamarundisi makaranti. Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Moloda nawinki sa toma no kamarundisi makaranti. Tarachomo sincho kavavolpa muliji kumanaminta barawamba michedos. Untachiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone.
Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Untachiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Heruta chinking ni bobo ni donjo. Watakla tungji mula rayi mula kritirite krakolo mebosa. Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke hiata yamba wajiyake yukito tune. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura tayaita ta bosananansata tarak krono king bolotonga chopa chavwa genro.
Dahupo botenya go jucho picha when tabani sochu norotoga proto lala shishi jubadosa jibacha ratak mansan tokosha na chitolo kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskobo sabjob rijiso karvenokso muchito sasagrindeyo.
Bodrashon kontichaum, King Lord Aitha kun, Aitha patisa tong, diakon batot kaun, chona choba. Tapichayu bong, jijiskapule, chunbole, watagratug, jimula. Chupayubong labograturong agtichimait muleran yun chuba. Nihung kagratuk jimut maliabist wet wata. Jiji naudung chong yomabela yuman. Yomawa ni boba lorda wish wanga shachi. Nihung kagratuk jimut maliabist wet wata. Jiji naudung chong yomabela yuman. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera chupa wanga kuna konticha chona konasa. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera chupa wanga kuna konticha chona konasa.
I hear you. Wait here.
Maniwag na hana hiya ha power de maniwag. Hawait matiwa to chana mane mashnat na maniwa ne ma panawara di binesh ne ma na tumura ne ala manilash na wana hawda. Mash ni mahinan hala, na wani nilesh ne ne mash. Marash ni wala, kene meninish ni bidinish na, pashtish ni wa, ni tawar na, ni menenaf na rode wa, menura, meninalanish. Marash ni wala, kene meninish ni bidinish na, pashtish ni wa, ni tawar na, ni menenaf na rode wa, menura, meninalanish.
Doveri nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Wana tu mobayes? Dorcha no bankani honkades?
Torsenda winoto.
Tono tucha? Tocha ramakaka musuran kana. Hawait matiwa to chana mane mashnat na maniwa ne ma panawara di binesh ne ma na tumura ne ala manilash na wana hawda. Hawait matiwa to chana mane mashnat na maniwa ne ma panawara di binesh. Mashni manina mashna wala. Marashni wala kene meninish ne mi di binish. Marashni wala kene meninish ne mi di.
Kara, Hinemas, Lemanana, Hisnasta Hiha. Mashni Mahinara, Doni Neres Nenemas.
I guess that's one way to win an argument.
Oh, hello. You have caught me at a rare time. Usually there are many players who seek to play, but you are fortunate to have caught me at a moment of quiet. I fear it is because I am simply not a skilled Pazak player. I'm afraid protocol droid skills and language interpretation are not something that lend themselves to Pazak and probability. Why, I cannot help myself. In fact, every time I seek to find the answer to that question, I am consumed with the need to come here and play Pazak. I am concerned that the problem may lie with my memory core. Without routine memory wipes, you know, such degradation is known to occur, leading to instabilities. I fear my obsession with Pazak is one such corruption. Why, I do not... Would you like to play Pazak? Like I was saying, I do not... Would you like to play Pazak? Oh, hello. I'm not sure I wish it fixed. I do find some degree of satisfaction in playing. Would you like to play?
Yeah, maybe if the droid's not very good, there's some credits to be made here.
Oh, most certainly, sir. I am not a good player. Quite the mark, as it were. I suppose you're right. I wouldn't want the problem to spread to my many other functions. Oh, that feels much better. I cannot believe I went on and on about such a foolish game. Thank you, truly thank you. Thank you for repairing me. I feel ever so much better now.
Swear, half these players must have skifters up their sleeves.
Bota su, molampas teramak, dorin krumagawan.
I think maybe you should let me handle this one.
Kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha. Tahupobot.
Venko Imariam ga watasitu insula raka rakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopiguna wana si chukoratawa. Donos Imaragith. Wana rakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata. Donos Imaragith. Wana rakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
Harmony Twatiwa to turn over the Mashna, the Manira Neva, Panara, the Dividesh Nema, the Gumura, the Nala, the Nilash, no, and the Hauda.
Loka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Du rantamana sobu.
Harmony Twatiwa to turn over the Mashna, the Manira Neva, Panara.
Kichu no kada mirenito.
Du no coherente pa chasaborta. Crisorcha wentense me punta. Lorcha wata yuma ni. Hodanga yuma des. Dak bota no chi tagwa ita.
Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na bedishna ba dak dikdishne
Jun sobe me rapa. No kuma randisa mak chiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Marashni wala kene bedinishni bedinishna pastishni wa nyatauna ni benenaf narone wa unura benedalanish.
Wamba siso misum kun rakawakta. Nushka wana sochi rona bang mamakan.
Hara hine mas temanana hisnashna hiha. Maniwak na hana hina ha power de mani much.
Wamba siso misum kun rakawakta. Nushka wana sochi rona bang mamakan.
Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na bedishna ba dak dikdishne Marashni wala kene bedinishni bedinishna pastishni wa nyatauna ni benenaf narone wa unura benedalanish. Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na bedishna ba dak dikdishne
Time to take you down to size.
So, you have the look of a seasoned spacer about you. What that was you looking for? Alright, guess you weren't as desperate as I thought. 50 credits, no more. Here's the flask. Aged to perfection. Should be just what you need.
Wait here.
Finish. Fingerlagstig med anamagua solomikix. Fingertha med rakta shosefrengamalaktatalini. Lindros de fokastik. Bemegas med anamagua solomikix. Fingertha med rakta shosefrengamalaktatalini. Abeso narangada.
Tarachomo sincho kavavolpa muliji gumanarminta barawamba michedos. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Unta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana mucha. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiake yukito tune. Ta come tak playa justing miki gongo beaste. Kun grabi la kingno mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha. Que chubo grayo bog no cada itapa titsa don merinita. Monsicuno postuna bug samina nun forote mitisi mingro agorunto dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po guanga samoana mucha. Chone mulera ton kinge ba no jansaka nikaraska tancha nik de mawimbo kranta mi bilan. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata.
None taken.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga samoana mucha. Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwan jiuma.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Tonghite mosi jotia yumba ditawa e bawatune ruta. Tonino bapin koneyaka. Chuba picha tuna yuma mochinawa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata.
Watagrito gchimulira. Nicho dankanau.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananansata. Entomesh mi paju watamincha yokolondoado nukulabirawa. Tines un soto.
Wait here. Pure Pazak.
Manatandi Goroto, Mopikuna Wanasichin, si Wanobosh. Krotono Ranga Manatandi Goroto, Mopikuna Wanasichin, si Wanobosh. Nunchka Wanasicho, Ranabamanga Khan. Mopitawa Josi Muchuto. Tanto todos, Tumukarata. Miranga Naruto, Dosimana Rachata. Krotono Ranga Manatandi Goroto, Mopikuna Wanasichin, si Wanobosh. Tanto to. Krotono Ranga Manatandi Goroto, Mopikuna Wanasichin, si Wanobosh. Nunchka Wanasicho, Ranabamanga Khan. Mopitawa.
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa javasko bosabjok rijiso karvenokso mochitosa sagrindeyo. Herinocho, minaradocha, kawanadumpa kankarebe.
Chikaris batkoki. Botmalia lechona chichiska una corda saborako. Chopiti man ponjame. Sashange bedwana mulera. Chupawanga una konticha chona konasa. Watagrito gchimulira. Nicho dankanau. Tapichay ubong. Chichi. Jiskapule, Junbula, Watagratug, Jimula, Yulalbinag, Ahwatabula, Chikili, Jiyumaliga. Bobrakinun Chubagrat, Wikili Johnny, Wichibola no. Ulga kili bot malea nois. Chichiskabula, tapicha yubon, yunbula, watagritog jimulira, nicho dankanau, bobrakinun chubagrat wikili Johnny, wichibola no. Chichiskabula.
Greetings. I am B5D8. How may I assist you? This is a warehouse privately owned by Voga the Hutt. Your specific business-related inquiries will have to be directed to Voga himself. I am not authorized to disclose any information of that nature. However, I can say that this is an entirely droid-operated facility, and as such, we purchase droids for use here. We only purchase droids in larger amounts. If you have a droid you wish to sell, I would ask that you take it to Codin.
Let me take care of this. Just say the word. Just say the word.
You interrupting me for a reason? I have a lot of work to do, to manage here, right? So, what is it? My boss is the Hutt Voga. I oversee the docks for Voga's freighters. You not from here? Business bad. Freighters get hijacked, no trade gets through, and they can't get fuel from Sleheron. Fuel reserves building up there. Goto and his exchange hijacks Voga's ships. Hurts business. For money, I assume. We don't know how he does it. Every ship we send out, he gets. Fine, but you hurry up. I have a lot to do.
Yes. Let's talk about the exchange, huh?
Why you speak with exchange, huh? No matter. You do not decide when to speak to them. Exchange decide to speak to you. Fassa heard they're not so happy with you. Maybe best you not speak to them. You interrupt. You talk to Voga. Maybe him you can help. I have enough trouble with pylons. I cannot pay. But maybe later you have freighter, need quick unloading, and Fassa help you, huh? Good, good. I give you basic access to pylon consoles. From pylon, you can read ID signature of freighters. You figure out what order the 3 freighters should dock. Freighter with higher first 2 numbers has higher priority. If first 2 numbers tied, then higher last 3 numbers has higher priority. For example, P-11-115-999 has lower priority than D-15-154-111. You got it? One more thing. First two numbers are always the same as the first two numbers in the second set of numbers. You can read freighter ID from pylons, but hard to get full signature ID from each pylon. Use a pylon power console near me to change which pylon is powered up. You go check ID signatures from each pylon, and then you assign priorities to the 3 freighters.
Oh, looks like the Jedi raised their standards. And it looks like you're not alone. Ugh, how many Jedi are on this moon anyway? Hanhar, I thought I smelled something. I've told you before, hunt your own targets. Don't scavenge mine. What, working for the Hutt suddenly made you stupider, Hanhar? You touch me, you'll break the truce, and then you won't last long enough to slip off this moon. Don't, Hanhar. I'm warning you. I don't want your life dead, Hanhar. I told you. Yeah, you're right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid if you keep crushing me, I'll accidentally set off my rocket charges and pull us both to Nar Shaddaa. I'd rather die than be caught by you again, Hanhar.
You help faster. I not forget. Now why you bother me again?
Not a very good idea, entering a Mandalorian's room uninvited. Why don't you back up to the point where you were standing outside the door and rethink your decision? There are a few of us in the galaxy. Now, what do you want? Why don't you back up to the point in time where you were about to say that and rethink your decision? Enjoy yourself.
Barikun King Hunka nam kumbwe prita inkonata sunka kran. Rishunko jova ninja chimba baksi tre duju si juju pitie prim taba nin sochu. Rishunko jova ninja chimba baksi tre duju si juju pitie prim taba nin sochu. Rishunko jova ninja chimba baksi tre duju si juju pitie prim taba nin sochu. We non sacrate rotota de jalawara kunsa zoto. Chuba tone king chuba mi zoko goche tichike chusu mogodabra. Grab kuriko asotoe rinke frite de ducha morsamba sugna kaplawiye tinya del chiro runta gamsa. Dovri chubabash gitskala dorcha wata tokyoke nincha.
Tanto todos, tumukarata. Meranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Tenanjara, tomachunga, karota. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Meranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Nunchkawana sicho ranabamangakan. Mopigawa josi muchoto. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Meranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Kroto no ranga manatandi groto. Mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Meranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Nunchkawana sicho ranabamangakan. Mopigawa josi muchoto. Posa non chirinta masukin kurawanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do may chonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka rakachat. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Meranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Kroto no ranga manatandi koroto. Mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Posa non chirinta masukin kurawanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do may chonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka rakachat. Nunchkawana sicho ranabamangakan. Mopigawa josi muchoto. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsara roto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Der Bundesstärken, Bundesstärken, When Bundas, Moisidan Gelfa, Fabuelta, Gelfa Badino Gan Gelfa. When Bundas, Moisidan Gelfa, Fabuelta. Sidan Gelfa Badino Gan Gelfa, Linda Trusta. When Bundas, Moisidan Gelfa, Fabuelta. Gelfa Badino Gan Gelfa.
I don't know who you are, but you picked the wrong room to break into. No harm done. For a minute, I thought you might have been someone else. My wife, Ada. There's a chance she may be here on Nar Shaddaa. A lot of refugees ended up here after the Jedi Civil War. I came here to see if I could track her down. Thing is, I can't get into the refugee sector. And even if I could, I'm not sure I could find her. I've been here for weeks, hoping to see her face. All I've done is watch my credits burn away to nothing. The Exchange has got the place barricaded with thugs. They're putting the squeeze on the whole sector, trying to crush the spirit out of the remaining refugees. Now I'm almost cleaned out. I burned the last of my fuel and my freight just getting here. The Exchange promised me a job shuttling freight via cargo cruiser, and I'm close to taking them up on it. I don't, and that's the most frustrating thing. But sometimes I'm just sure she's still alive, somewhere. Yeah? And what's it gonna cost me? Well, I'm not gonna turn away an offer of help. All right, stranger. If you can find her, then you'll have my thanks. Time to even the odds.
Dawancha mori konsova, mawani dinchori kitsodu sobarenwa, dorjine sobawata. Kavadumpa musora kupa elia bontenya, dachimotu gamsa, dahirembe wana kumpaile mokata, takom takjus miki mogograbo, kachi chu esa hodunga. Kavadumpa musora kupa elia bontenya, dachimotu gamsa, dahupa botenya go juju piti, doverinincha rem tabanin sochu, dachimotu gamsa. Kawana bota ayuka taigwa kankidora, yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalifa, chanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe. Kawana bota ayuka taigwa kankidora, yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalifa, chanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe. Moga chi norta hirembe wanachi, kaki mogo grabo. Drum pabanakaras mangra, kalalava dumba kumpaile mokata. Darabinuko sobaramwe, masako chiro, chuchupiti, prem kamsa, dachimo danchanek ma winbok lelentelemepilan. Dahirembe wana kumpaile mokata, takom taktus miki mogo grabo, kachi chu esa honunga. Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalitva. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Kaweware krepapa daran chararinga. Monanikus. Lurin sedaranda melere rebi ebi kowahanti. Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank tur na saganich. Gravawe no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto sopotuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grampatada. Tele ronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der winterunto wakere kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fribor no bodat. Dosane karamala lurin sedaranda mel rebe chinchin kranaktada. Cosa nekrana nanki? Kaweware krepapa daran charad. Der winterunto wakere kwe wap gerebu. Ninso telepachan gorsodaranane.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
Your ship? I'd lay off the spice if I were you. That's our ship, not yours.
Was I talking to you? I tell you that ship's mine. It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars. The registry's 34P7JK. It's got a temperamental hyperdrive, and the turrets can be sluggish and unresponsive against fast-moving fighters. She's also got 2 secret compartments, one in the cargo hold, right near the plasteel cylinders in the back, and the second beneath the bunks in the starboard cabin.
Whoa, he could have gotten that information some other way than owning the ship. Come on, he's skifting us.
So, you gonna hand it over now, or are you going to be difficult? No deal. A ship's worth its weight in spice on Nar Shaddaa, and nothing's worth being trapped here another year scrounging freight jobs. So, you admit it's not yours. How did you come by it anyway? Who did you buy it from? We'll see about that. Watch yourself. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place.
Let me shoot him in the back. No one has to know.